All new tonight on Fox 31 News at 10, President Trump visits the synagogue where 11 people were killed, why one U.S. senator says his visit was too early.
Plus, we're working for you on how you can keep your child safe on Halloween. The dangers now seen with everyday candy.
Continuing to watch our next weather maker. This cold front coming through later in the day on Thursday, even lingering Friday morning as well. I'll break down the latest impacts and timing in just a couple minutes.
This is Fox 31 News at 10.
I turn to all of our elected leaders because hate doesn't know a political party. Hate is not blue, hate is not red, hate is not purple.
Good evening and thanks for watching Fox 31 News at 10. I'm Nicole Williams.
And I'm Aaron Leedy. Saturday was the deadliest case of anti-Semitic violence in American history.
11 people gunned down during Saturday services as the victims are now being laid to rest. Today, President Trump visiting the area, meeting with the injured and first responders and urging the community to return to normal as soon as possible.
But some people there say the president's visit today was inappropriate. Some local Jewish leaders claim his heated rhetoric and embrace of nationalism is partly to blame for the shooting.
I think he would cause more strife and ill feeling and sadness.
Others see the incident as part of a broader pattern of racial and political violence in America today. And while they don't blame the president, they say he should be doing more to bring the country together.
And President Trump did not meet with any officials while in Pittsburgh today. Fox 31's Alexandria Ikamoni is live in the studio to tell us exactly who the president invited and why they didn't agree to meet with him. Alexandria.
Yeah, Nicole, even though the president did not meet with officials, he did visit a hospital and pay respects to the 11 victims of Saturday's massacre at the Tree of Life Synagogue. Now, according to two sources, the White House invited Senator Majority and Minority Leaders Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer to join him, but they said no. Trump also invited House Majority and Minority Leaders Paul Ryan and Nancy Pelosi. They also declined. Added to the list of no's are Pennsylvania's two U.S. senators and Pittsburgh Mayor Bill Peduto. Peduto says he advised the president's aides that Tuesday was too early for a visit. Trump's trip comes at the same time funerals for the slain worshipers are set to begin. Now, White House officials said there was a discussion about scheduling the visit later in the week, but the president has campaign rallies. Live in the studio, Alexandria Gamoni, Fox 31 News.
Alexandria, thank you. We're now learning more about the victims of Saturday's deadly synagogue shooting. Rose Mallinger from the Squirrel Hill neighborhood in Pittsburgh was one of the 11 people killed at the Tree of Life Synagogue. The former school secretary is being remembered as a vibrant, sweet, and lovely woman. Those who know her say she greeted people with a hug and a smile. Mallinger was 97 years old.
We're now going to send things over to Fox 31 meteorologist Nathan Hopper for a first look at our forecast.
Well, happy Tuesday. We are, of course, tracking that cold front for you, but of course, that's not until Thursday or Friday. So we'll talk about today and then talk about tomorrow as well for a little bit. The almanac for today got our temperatures up to 82 degrees for that official high temperature, about 5 degrees above average. Still well shy of that record set back in 1940 of 91 degrees. But look at that low last night, 44 degrees. It was a crisp one this morning, to say the least, with those temperatures in the middle 40s. So last night was a good night to crack those windows open. Tonight, also going to be a good night to crack those windows open and let some of that cooler air in, some of that below average air in the overnight hours. For Wednesday, we're going to be sunny, dry, and warm, much like what we saw today. Temperatures pretty much the same tomorrow as well. That cold front, though, will be coming through later in the day on Thursday, and some of those could linger for Friday morning as well. The potential for some strong to severe storms will be there as that cold front pushes through. But of course, I'll have more on that in a bit more detail coming up in just a couple minutes. But the severe weather outlook for Thursday, with that cold front approaching, has our western counties in the slight risk of severe weather. That is 2 out of 5 on the severe weather risk scale, with our eastern counties in the marginal risk, which is 1 out of 5 on the severe scale. So our western counties will be more likely to see those stronger to severe storms. But of course, I'll talk more about this in more detail coming up.
Nathan, thanks. Well, tomorrow the National Weather Service, along with state and local emergency preparedness partners, will recognize Georgia's Fall Severe Weather Preparedness Day. And many schools and businesses will be doing their own severe weather exercise test, which will be triggered off of NOAA Weather Radio's routine weekly test. All 6 National Weather Service forecast offices will issue this special test simultaneously across the state around 9:30 a.m.
Hurricane Michael swept through southwest Georgia more than 2 weeks ago. And as a result, many mosquitoes swarmed the area looking for a new shelter. Dougherty County Environmental Control Manager Donald Mathis says the heavy winds most likely brought the insects to our area. And as a result, Mathis says the county and the city both have seen more mosquitoes than normal this time of year. Crews have been working overtime, spraying susceptible areas to get the problem under control. Mathis says it's important to be aware of the insects before going outdoors.
We've been constantly on the go, trying to make sure we get the mosquitoes down to a level where we can accept the fact that we do have mosquitoes. But one of the main things, avoid being out there. Make sure when you're out there, put on some type of repellent.
Mathis says the mosquitoes are worse now than they were after last year's January storms, and wants to remind people to pour out any standing water around the home to prevent mosquitoes where you live.
Well, right now, a 40-year-old man is in the hospital after being hit by a vehicle earlier this morning on Clark Avenue. Police say the area is not well lit and that the man was in dark clothing. EMS took the man to the hospital for treatment of his injuries. Albany police say no charges will be filed against the driver, as the pedestrian was not crossing the road at the intersection.
The Albany Police Department needs your help finding Dontavius Thomas in regards to the West Oglethorpe Boulevard homicide. 33-year-old Johnny Young of Jackson, Mississippi. Thomas may be armed and dangerous. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 229-436-TIPS.
New at 10, Election Day voting, why some Baker County residents now have to vote at a new location.
Plus, Halloween is tomorrow. We'll tell you what authorities are now doing to make sure your kids are safe when they hit the streets.